think on this project, one of the most exciting opportunities was also one of the most daunting challenges. We're on a quiet cul-de-sac of single-fronted terraces, having an 18-metre frontage could really present something quite loud to the street. By staggering that offset to the front and keeping those birch trees, I feel like we were really able to soften its presence to the street. The play of light through these northern windows is really something nice to watch transpire through the day. The dappled light through the birch trees is really lovely, and even the stripes that are cast from the pergola above are really interesting to follow throughout the day. Welcome to the Artidomus Journey series. I'm Lachlan McArdle from Lande Architects, and the local project have been following the design and build of my own house over the last few years. Now that we're finished, I'm really excited to show you what we've achieved. So we're in South Yarra, which is an inner city suburb of Melbourne. Got a really eclectic mix of old and new homes and apartments, and it's really alive with the hustle and bustle of inner city living. When we purchased here about 4 years ago, there was a really nice double-fronted wooden block cottage on the property, and we set out to try and keep it, but given the triangular nature of the site, by the time we could go up, we really couldn't given its neighbouring context. So we sought to build a new family home here because we love the area. The materials influenced the details, and working with some of our favourite collaborators meant that some really nice designs transpired. We worked at implementing some new materials and techniques to ensure there's a really personal touch to the design. Keeping it simple and restrained but not minimal was really central to the design ideas. We've been working with Artidomus, and more specifically Jamie, since our inception, which is almost 8 years now. And there's a certain shorthand which comes with that much history, but what keeps taking us back to Artidomus is their ability to source truly unique stone and tiles, which we can't find anywhere else. When you arrive at the house at the front gate, you step up off the footpath onto the terracotta tiles. That takes you up a short staircase, and you turn around to a north-facing front door. Coming in that door, you find yourself with a double-height void above you and a staircase which takes you upstairs. If you stay on the ground floor, you've got an office and a powder room on your right, and the primary suite on the left, which occupies the rounded corner of the site. Coming back to the main hallway, you step off the terracotta onto a walnut floorboard. You find yourself in a combined kitchen dining living, which open up onto the north-facing deck. Walking through that space, you have a scullery and laundry, which has direct access from the carport. Heading upstairs, you arrive in a rumpus room or second living room, and you have a bathroom, a powder room and 3 bedrooms, each with their own unique outlook through the trees.
I think one of the things that's really inspiring about this house and this project is that Lachlan really let the space be guided by the natural process. He really waited to see how the space was forming on its own and evolving, and the whole project was just really calm and really organic in its natural evolution. I'm Jamie Cucinotta, and I work in architectural sales for Artidomus. So Lachlan and I started talking about this project about 2 years ago. I was really grateful when he came to me to discuss working on a project that was his own home. It's always really exciting when an architect is working on their own project, because you know all of the creative ideas that they've been storing are about to be explored.
Working with Jamie from the very start meant that I could brief her on what we needed as a family. And those key points were earthy tones, robust and durable materials, or something that would let us implement our own character into the home. The bricks were one of the first materials that we landed on. We worked with Kraus to create a custom bent brick, which really worked with the radius at the front point of the house. And then we worked with the exact colour mix and the finishing that the bricklayers would implement on them to really soften that into the landscape.
In the entranceway to the house, walking into the powder room, we have the Lithos Tobacco Terracotta by Cottomanetti. They have been making terracotta for 8 generations, and the clay is sourced directly from Tuscany. They are one of the only companies in the world that still make terracotta in this traditional way. This is also used in the carport and throughout various bathrooms in the house. When you walk into the powder room, we also have the Agape Cenote basin by Patricia Urquiola. This basin is entirely handmade and it is truly just a piece of artwork. In the kitchen, we have the Coritza natural stone, which is a quartzite. It has those really beautiful, deep, brown, rich golden hues, but also it is extremely durable and it is the perfect fit for a working family space. In the primary ensuite, we have the Coritza natural stone on the vanity, and we have the Inax Nagi border in the sand on the walls. Inax mosaics and ceramics come from centuries of Japanese history. No two pieces will ever be the same. We also have the Vixel glass mosaic in the kids' bathroom upstairs, which is used in a dark navy blue. And all of the internal and external door handles that have been used throughout this project are by Spiggy.
Designing our own home with my wife has been a really interesting experience as opposed to how we normally work with clients. Probably having a much more unfiltered, robust discussion over selections like stone has certainly took a little bit longer than it normally does with some of our clients. Ultimately, we approach decisions like materials, selections from two very different angles, but I think we landed exactly where we're meant to. I hope that this house is a fitting testament to not only how Lande approached design as a holistic combination of architecture and interiors, but also how Australian residential design is perceived internationally.
Lachlan and I went on this journey for 2 years together to build this house, and when I reflect on this space, it is truly different to what I thought it would be when we originally started talking about concepts. The house feels really light and airy and calm and fun, and it's so amazing to finally be sitting in the finished space.